Hello again. So I finally managed to upload my very first video just today. There have been several attempts, and I did it after some interesting learnings, let's put it that way. So I thought I would just take you through this week. This week is our last week in Portugal after we return to Germany on Saturday. We have one stop overnight in France. And I just thought I would take you through the week, show you, whatever I'm doing here. And yeah, have fun. What I just wanted to share and talk about quickly here, because I'm creating a post about this right now, is the fact that it is so incredibly brave. If you're a creator, if you're even just sharing like your thoughts and your worldviews, whatever, online, even if you're not, doing this as a business. It is so incredibly brave to share your thoughts, your emotions, your creations online. And today I really realized on a deeper level how vulnerable it is. That's nothing new to me. I've been doing this for over 5 years, but how vulnerable it is to open your rooms, your creations, your posts, your words up openly online for the whole world to see. Something that you birthed. This is like putting your child's face in the camera and ask people for recognition or like for validation. That's what I always compare it to. I don't have children yet, so I don't know exactly how that feels, but this is how I would think it feels, because like your business, your creations are like your child. And this is why I'm writing this post right now. People underestimate how much like boldness and bravery it takes to share this with the world. And oftentimes, especially women like us, the kind of women that I work with, the rebellious and like, edgy women that have always questioned the system, and women like us, we grew up feeling abnormal. Like we grew up feeling like aliens. I said that in my last vlog. And especially then, we either learn to get louder, to seek validation, or to get more introverted because we wanted to prevent disappointment and rejection. So this is either of the reactions that I see in clients and also myself when it comes to, my clients like wanting to realize what they are here for, their purpose. If it is starting a podcast, developing their business, starting new like projects, opening new rooms, it's always connected to so much fear of rejection. And this is because we learned that things we create are not good enough most of the time, or that we are not good enough, because women like us used to be the ones that had the feeling at school that they're not good in any grade or in any subject. I don't know what the correct term is in English, because we, like in the normal school system, we didn't have things like, psychology or like spirituality or like, stuff that we're good at. We had the normal subjects like German or math or like physics and chemics. Maybe you were like good at 2 or 3 things and that's it. I remember me, like when I started my studies at university, I studied economical psychology or business psychology. I remember starting there and feeling like for the first time in my entire life that I'm good at something. And that was when I was like 21. So that is a deep trauma was a deep trauma inside of me and inside so many people. So start going out there and sharing your gifts with the world is something super, super, super vulnerable.
Even if that's true, you'll not be the Dark Lord's queen. We'll find.
Inhale, roll up. Use the help of your legs if you need to. Exhale, reach forward, drawing your navel back. Inhale, roll down, vertebra by vertebra. Then exhale, reach your arms back. Stay with this.
Okay, so Pilates is done. I thought I would just take you through my morning routine, which includes some similar things every morning. I mean, like obviously showering, brushing my teeth and stuff, and like my morning drinks and supplements, whatever. But I don't have like a fixed morning routine when it comes to like workouts. Sometimes I would take a rest day. Obviously, I try to work out 5 times a week. At the moment, as we're here, I'm doing Pilates. At home, I'm going to the gym. And what my morning routine always includes, though, is I'm trying not to be on my phone for like the first 1.5 to 2 hours of the day. Right now, as I'm filming this specific clip, my phone is still in flight mode and I've been awake for 2 hours. And that is really a game changer. My phone is also not in in the bedroom overnight. I have it in another room. And that has been a game changer. I've been doing that for like 2 years, I think. And my phone is also like over the day, most of the time in do not disturb mode. So why I'm doing that is I want to decide myself when I'm looking at my phone and at messages. And that's why I find it more relaxing to me when things don't just pop up on the screen. So that's why I'm doing that. But like, yeah, the best days for me are always the ones that include movement. That's the best start into the day for me. Did I say the best days include movement? The best mornings. And like getting sunlight, getting fresh air. Yeah. Just to be realistic and transparent, I'm having a cracker with Nutella. Well, this is the third one. But it's all about balance to me. I eat very nutritious and very healthy, but also I like to just eat what I'm craving. There's always a healthy balance between discipline and like fun, you know. What I also wanted to add is I should be careful I'm not putting Nutella on my face. Wait, let me reposition this. I always eat something salty with protein first thing. And that to me made such a huge difference, and it does make a huge difference in everyone, and how your blood sugar develops during the day. That's like one of my game changer nutrition tips. When you eat like eggs or cheese or meat, I don't know, as the first thing of the day on an empty stomach, your blood sugar will be way more stable during the day, which means you have less mood swings, you have less sugar cravings, and in general, you just feel more stable. And versus when you eat sugar or carbs the first thing, that's not the case. You will notice yourself being more moody and having more cravings, at least I do. And that is because, that's just my personal knowledge, protein and salt give your nervous system and your body the feeling of safety and the feeling of, oh, there is enough, you know, whilst carbs and sugar, which are digested way faster, tend to give your body more of a, okay, I need more feeling, you know? So I can really recommend doing that. What I'm also always trying to do is move after I've had carbs, especially sugar. So, you know, I'm also still trying to find my balance with that, and not like when I really don't feel it, not force myself to, but I'm really giving my best to live a healthy lifestyle just because it feels good. I'm not doing that to be the best version of myself, like in a way of optimizing everything all the time, because that is hustle culture and we are not supporting that, and we are not living by that, because that is just pressure. I'm doing that because it feels good. And what I said recently to my boyfriend is, you know what, like actually people like us who are doing their best to live a healthy lifestyle and who want to feel good are just actually lazy people, because I want my life to be easy and I want to feel good. And when you feel good, your life is easier. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you're living a healthy lifestyle, you're just craving feeling good, and that makes life easier. So you're basically lazy, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Hello, it's the next day. And I'm kind of about to get my period, which would be like 4 days early, but that's fine. Maybe it's also not gonna be happening today, but like I'm noticing my body's preparing for it. That's why today I really had the need to be like cozy, and I'm just here in a blankie and socks, which I love that because it's summertime, but the weather and the climate here where we are in Portugal is so, how can I say that? It's never hot here. Like the maximum of the degrees that I've been experiencing here was like 27. And most of the time it's super windy and even a little chilly. So that's absolutely my vibe because I hate heat. I hate it. That's why summer is my least favorite season, actually. So what I wanted to share is if you're a woman, if you were born into a woman's body, you know the drill of getting your period every month. And I'm gonna dive into all of that probably in future videos because I've been in very deep contact with my period and bleeding and cyclic living as a woman for years now. And what I just wanted to touch on is I find it so interesting, the inner processes that come with getting your period. And right now, like, it's always a dying process. And it's always a death of some sort. And what I've been noticing today is like I've been feeling the need to create, to be creative and to create something. And at the same time, I've been noticing a little bit of chaos, like, and not really clarity about what I want to create. And this kind of chaos and like something you also may have already heard is period brain, which is exactly that you're not really clear on what is and what isn't, and that's totally normal because that's your hormones and that's your body preparing for an ego death. So every time we're bleeding or we're starting to bleed, something is dying. That's why we're bleeding, you know. It's like getting contracted and like, you know, growing, and then it pops, the cells pop, and that's why we're starting to bleed. So the inner process with that is always a death and an ego death. And what I've been noticing is that the topic that comes up around that time is always the topic that we're letting go of on another level. And I feel like for me, and that's also been the topic for the last few weeks, this is, in that case, letting go even more of that inner need to have to share something with the world, even though there may be nothing right now that's clear, or you're not being clear on what you want to share, you know. And maybe if you're some sort of creator or active on social media or in another way, you know that there's this part inside of us that feels like we need to share something all the time, but that's not how humans work, you know. Like, especially us women, there's times of creation, times of sharing, and times of being more introvert. And yeah, that's what I'm sitting with right now. It's also not like a precise answer, like this is what's going on right now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there's not that much clarity. But we as human beings always are looking for clarity, you know? We always want definite answers. We want black or white, but there is so much in between. And this is what I've been learning. Embracing these in between moments is so important, and embracing that there is not always clear answers all the time. And that makes life and also your business so much easier. Also, I'm looking forward going back to Germany so much. Not because it's not cool here, but there is no place like home. And I'm really looking forward to my cats. I'm looking forward to getting back into my gym routine, to like in general like be back in our city because I love Heidelberg so much. I'm always saying I'm married to the city first and foremost. I just love it there. I'm looking forward to not having to drive 20 minutes to go food shopping, and in general to have more variety at the supermarket, because as I said in my previous vlog, I'm always eating organic, and here it's kind of super hard to get organic food at the supermarket. And in general, like even meat, like they don't sell organic meat at the supermarket. It's really, yeah, kind of annoying after some weeks. So I'm so excited. I'm really excited to come back home. And even though we were asked, like, oh, how are you going to manage coming back after having such beautiful surroundings and whatever? And honestly, you can be at the most beautiful place in the world, which this is my sanctuary. This is one of my favorite places in the world. But there is no place like home. Today is one of these days that I have not very often, where I haven't left the house yet. It's 4 o'clock. My body has just been telling me to rest. But at the same time, I'm so bored. Like, I want to post something, but I can't like figure out about what. So there's also no clarity there, no topic where I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to talk about. And obviously, we're not forcing it. But I'm like, it's such a weird state. But I just want to remind you that days like this are so important, because this is sometimes the way the body is taking back its energy. I mean, I'm not living a life that's exhausting, very consciously created, but days like this are not only okay, they're important. So I'm just letting it happen. I'm just letting it be. This is something I'm gonna miss though, like being able to go for a swim just for 5 or 10 minutes whenever you please. That's real luxury. Yeah, but we'll be back here in 3 weeks. So, and we will be back here next June. So, a lot to look forward to, and also a lot to look forward to now. As for this drink that I'm having, with the reishi, ashwagandha, and stuff like that, it's really good for your nervous system, or let me put it that way, it's good for my nervous system. You can do your own research on adaptogenics. I have very good experiences with them. You shouldn't take them all the time, and I go through like cycles and phases. I maybe do that 3 or 4 times a year and leave like a few weeks of a break in between. And in that time, I'm sometimes doing several mushrooms like lion's mane combined with reishi or cordyceps. This time I'm doing reishi with ashwagandha, because that's what the store had when we were shopping at the store here. And I really like it. Like, I really feel the effects on my nervous system and on my body. I'm feeling very balanced and calm. Obviously, it's not like a wonder substance. If you're not living a life that makes you calm or that keeps you calm, and living a life that is not, you know, doesn't suit you, is not good for you, obviously your nervous system will be dysregulated, even though you might take adaptogenics. So that's the most important thing, obviously, to live a balanced life, to live a happy life, a fulfilled life, to live a life that you love and you don't need to escape from. That's the healthiest thing, first and foremost. And diet and like, you know, food and everything else can help you support that and like boost that, but it's not a substitute for living a fulfilled life. This is the meat. Yay. Tacos. Onions are missing.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Really try to lift your head and shoulders up a little bit higher so that you can collect your hands.
So I did Pilates. I had a membership call of the membership I'm member in. Now I'm having breakfast, and then I think I'm heading out for a walk, maybe on the beach. And after, I'm gonna start packing as we're leaving Saturday morning at 5 in the morning. Saturday morning at 5 in the morning. And yeah, tonight we're probably gonna go to have dinner somewhere else, to have like a little end of vacation dinner. And yeah, right now I'm sitting in the sun because inside it's cold. Actually, in the shade it's really cold, so I'm now warming up. And yeah, I also just posted all the ways to work with me on my Instagram. So if by any chance you are interested in working with me at any point, I'm working with women who are either in their own business or are in a normal job, in a corporate job. And as I mentioned before several times, I'm working with women who want to embrace their not being normal, their doing it their own way, their uniqueness, their self-expression, their being unapologetically themselves. That's what I'm doing. So if you are currently struggling with any part of your life or business or job where you feel like you're not doing or living your truth and living by what you really, really want, living by your values, if you're constantly doing compromises that don't feel good to you, and you're putting yourself in a box, making yourself smaller than you are, feel like you are performing instead of just living, then I might be the right fit for you. So just send me a message on Instagram. It's Teresa Tambo _ I think I also have it in the show notes somewhere. Or send me an email. I forgot to mention, you can either work with me one-on-one, or you can join my bodywork WhatsApp group. I'm doing bodywork sessions, somatic sessions, usually once per month or every 2 months. So once per month online, the other month offline in person. And these are also very, very good to take up more space using your body. What else? And I have my offline retreat day in Germany. So that's 3 options at the moment. So I went for a walk. I went for a swim, and I started packing. And cleaning out everything here in the house. And I also am sitting with, like today, the topic I've been sitting with is how challenging it sometimes is to listen to your own truth when everyone around you, especially in the personal development industry online, is telling you what your truth should be and what you should do. And not even, you don't even have to consume a lot of content to get in contact with that. Like, I personally consume almost no content anymore. And still in my membership call, my mentor asked me something that really kind of stuck with me after the call, and I sat with it. And I'm not going to get into what exactly it was, but basically the message was, look into that. Maybe there is something. Maybe you should dig into that. And my answer after sitting with it, honestly, was no, there is nothing. And I also created a post about that. Like, I just posted a reel. And I talked about, like, there is no universal truth, and sometimes it can get so challenging to only listen to your truth when everyone around you thinks they know better than you, or like not specifically know better than you, but you know, invite you to look into something. Let's put it that way. And honestly, my way used to be digging into everything. I used to be the person who thought I needed to change this and that and heal that, and it got into such a loop, like a healing addiction, that exactly was what was keeping me from enjoying my life and my business. And I'm not doing that anymore. And my personal experience is, when you sit with yourself, when you're being present, when you're living your life, when you're connected to yourself and to the source, life will bring up what you need to dig into. You don't need to force it. It's gonna happen by itself. And that was also my answer today. And I'm noticing, like, my head is a little more active than usual because I'm shortly before getting my period. That's normal. Your head, your mind gets more active when you're in your inner winter, or shortly before your inner winter, especially in your inner fall. When you talk in seasons, that's when your inner, your mind fucks usually get stronger, or your inner control mechanisms, and your mind is most active normally. So I'm noticing that, and that's why I came back here and just connected and sat and really practiced being present. And that is always, always, always helpful. There is no situation where it's not helpful to sit with yourself and just be present and still. Das ist für mich nicht das Gleiche.
Es ist aber das Gleiche.
Nee, alles hat einen Grund.
I want to pet them. But they're probably...
morning. I just checked in with my clients on Telegram and I'm drinking some cacao. Usually when in the mornings I notice I'm not, or I already have enough energy, I'm not having caffeine, matcha in my case, because then I find it kind of unnecessary. And as I'm very sensitive to any kind of caffeine or anything that's related to that, I'm trying to not push my nervous system too much, because I like to stay calm and grounded. And yeah, today is our last day. We're pretty busy with packing, but I've already packed a lot of stuff yesterday. Today is more about like cleaning out the fridge, doing some laundry, and we're leaving tomorrow at 5 a.m. I think I said that yesterday. So yeah, I'm very premenstrual. I'm still figuring out if I want to do Pilates. I think I want to do some movement, as we're gonna sit in the car tomorrow for like 13 hours. And yeah, maybe I'm gonna go to Baleal, which is like the surfer hotspot around here. I don't know why, but I've been feeling the not need, but like the desire to go there. Do you know those moments where you're just like craving being somewhere or doing something and you don't really know why? Like there's no rational reason. It's just your intuition. So I'm always trying to follow my intuition, and maybe I'm gonna do that, because there's always a reason why the universe is leading us to certain places. Yeah, the beach is definitely too full for my personal liking. So maybe I'm just gonna have lunch somewhere here. The reason why we love it here, or I love it here in this specific part of Portugal so much, is there is just no pretending. Everything is just so down to earth. Everything is so grounded. You know, people are not dressing up. Women are super natural. They're not wearing makeup. Especially Baleal, where I just went, was or is like a small surfer town. And if you sit there in a cafe or something, like you can just feel the ease. It's just, this is probably why my intuition led me to go here today. I don't know, the feelings I felt walking around there and just sitting at this cafe. It was a mix between sadness, happiness, fulfillment, ease, lightness, gratefulness, and still a feeling of yearning and longing and desire and pure ecstasy. I cannot really describe it. It was like super, I don't know, it was in like all together, it felt just amazing and like so rich. And this is what I love about life in general and what inspires me about people: the realness and the full spectrum, you know, like not only the good feelings and the good sides we like to show, but everything, like all the ends of the spectrum and everything in between. And this is why we love coming here so much. Everything is just slower, and yeah, there's no pretending. It's just authentic. And at the same time, there's no place like home. I've said it a few times now. I'm really looking forward coming home. But this is one of the reasons why I love traveling, because you appreciate your home so much more after a vacation than you did before. Not that I don't appreciate my home, because I do a lot. I thank the source, God, life every day for the life I'm living and the place I'm living. But yeah, you know what I mean.
Press up. Exhale as you lower. 2 more, and then we'll add that pike.
When I wanted to film this was 4:44, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. So we are heading out in a few minutes and leaving to Germany. You can go. We finally made it home, and I still can't quite describe how it feels to be back home, because it's just such a rich feeling. And at the same time, I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm still on the second day of my period. I got my period yesterday with the full moon, which is super magical. I love that. But traveling when you're on your period is not that comfortable, but at the same time, it was really as relaxed as it could be. And the weather is amazing. The temperature is like 22 degrees. It's sunny. It's so peaceful outside. You can just feel that there's still a lot of people on vacation. That's one thing I love about summertime. And now we're just, we've been cleaning for like 1.5 hours. And now I'm just gonna relax and settle in. And we ordered food. My boyfriend just went to play volleyball because he's been missing that for those 4 weeks. And I'm just gonna chill, maybe watch a little TV, eat, and yeah, just be super happy that we're home. And yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this right now. And I feel like this is a good ending to the vlog. I feel like the vlog is already very full of impressions, and also this time probably longer than the last one. So if this is the last clip, I will see you in the next vlog. And the next vlog is gonna be a full-on Heidelberg home gym daily routine and whatever else I want to put in kind of vlog. And yeah. Oh, and also I'm very excited. I have the first participant for my offline retreat in October. And it's so crazy because it's one of the women I always that always came to me in my visions when I was kind of thinking of the retreat, which is super fascinating to me. And yeah, I could say a lot more, but gonna leave it at that. If you like this vlog, sorry, I just got a message that was confusing. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what kind of content you enjoy watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.